So hey, so in the last video we have integrated the our front end into our backend, but during the integration we didn't face any issues like maybe your front end is from a different origin and your backend is from a different origin, right? So in that video I mean I didn't explain about the course as such. So when to today I actually started my server again and it was giving me the issue. So I thought that okay, there's the right time to make the video as such. So usually what happens is your front end, maybe your so your maybe your backend will be running at maybe localhost 8,000 and maybe your front end will be running at maybe 3,000 as such, or localhost 3,000, right? So both of those are from a different origin, isn't it? And we are not letting our backend I mean, so what happens is if they are both from the different origins, so they can't actually share the resources within themselves, isn't it? So by default, it is disabled. So here it comes actually the work of CORS. So CORS actually stands for cross origin resource sharing. So what happens is it actually gives the backend the access of our front end. So we can maybe configure it with ourselves, but by default, usually we just have to like do the, just apply the course to our backend, and then you are usually it will be like this. Okay, yeah, you will get to. You are good to go. But usually what happens is you will get this error that I'm getting just now, that okay, XSML access to XML HTTPS request from origin, this one 5170 has been blocked by the CORS policy. So what is telling is this localhost 8080 is my backend server, isn't it? And my 5173 is my front end. My white app is actually 5173. So it is telling me that this from origin has been blocked. So due to the CORS policy. So this is what actually happens if you don't handle the. So you can see the Axios error as well. So you can read this the message network error, and so yeah, you can read this error. Okay. So there's an npm package for the course. So you can just download it from here. There's the official documentation of the course. So what you can do is in the backend. So now you'll see that my test.js, this was my backend server. And what I will do is I will just install this. So it will be ct test, and here my backend is there. So I will just paste that. So npm my course, yeah, that's it. You have to do. So if I do get my course, then my course is downloaded, and you will see in the package.json, there's the latest version of the course. So what I have to do is just usually what you have to do is just you have to just do const course equal to requires course require course. Yeah, usually yeah, of course, and then you just have to do app.use and then course. That's it. But the thing is, there are also configurations you can do, many configurations. So in this, you can do like maybe methods. You can define the methods. So for example, by default, all the methods are are given. For example, the methods can be get post. So for example, you want your API to be just maybe accept the post request one. For example, there only be get request. Then you can only give it like only the get request, and no other request will be accessible. So if you do this, then but the thing is, usually we don't do this because there can be anything with the API, isn't it? So, but yeah, you can configure this course with this, and you can also like okay. So let me first of all solve this issue. Then we will go into the configuration part. So if you do this, then if you refresh this, if you refresh this, then it will be pretty much okay. I think my sub, yeah, it has been. So you can see my Axios error is gone. So now what it is doing is that it is actually letting my backend accept my front end. That okay, even if we both are from different origins, but we can mix up together and then work. Sometimes I mean, usually the error comes right away when we write the code, but at that point of time I didn't face that error, so I didn't discuss about it. But yeah, today when I run it again, I was facing the issues. So yeah, but the thing is you can also configure these things. So let's go to the documentation as such. So in the documentation, you can read the documentation as well. So yeah, you can also give the origin. So for example, I want the origins. I want my course only to be. I mean, for example, I am letting my backend only. I mean, I'm telling my backend that okay, you should only accept the request from this. I mean, so what was that? Yeah, origin. So if you give origin, and you have to just give the URL. So my URL, my front end URL is this, right? So what I will do is I will just copy this and then paste this. So yeah, you are good to go. So what it is letting my course know is that, okay, this is the front end that I should accept. Otherwise, whatever the front end is, I mean, this can be anything. This can be your front end URL, your maybe Netlify link or maybe Vercel link. So you are just basically letting the backend know that, okay, this is the link you should accept or you should be talking to, isn't it? But yeah, you can do this and then maybe you can define the whitelist as well. So there is a whitelist option as well. So if you go to the documentations, yeah, there is a whitelist, so you can just define the some website number of websites that okay, these are the websites that should not be I mean that should not be allowed to interact with my API as such. So yeah, I mean, usually these things, I mean, you can go through documentation as well, messages, you can define the messages as well. But usually, I mean, for 90% of the cases, you will just do app.use and then CORS and then invoke it. Okay, but if you want to configure, then you can go through the documentation and then configure it as well. So yeah, if you do this, then your CORS error will be gone. The Axios error, I mean, the that CORS issue, CORS policy issue. So yeah, thanks.